Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, episode 206. Wow, we've done 206 of these shows already.
Rather impressive.
Oh, I missed episode 200?
Yeah, you did.
Boo.
We're pieces of shit, Ben. We're pieces of shit.
Oh my god, I love the fact that Shane responded with that. Okay. Also, I'm here. Hi.
Yeah, Allan's here. And special guest Ben is here. Ooh,
I mean, I'm a semi-regular at this point. Am I actually special?
you're special to
No.
us all.
Well, you might be special, but we're not doctors.
You're the person who I sit there and
Well,
point
point.
to whenever a lesbian girlfriend asks what episode she should listen to. It's always the ones that I'm not on and you're on. Because I don't make an idiot out of myself. Those ones.
Oh, no.
So none of them?
So none of them.
This week had a bunch of things happen. Oh boy, this week's going to be fun.
This week's
Ben
gonna
wants to
be
talk about a thing.
bullshit.
I want to talk about a thing. Jeff wants to talk about two things that are all going to make us free. But I want to start with a bit of a positive thing before we go and diving into the vitriol and madness that is
I have a positive thing.
politics.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Getting a cup.
The question is, at the end of this, are we going to be strangling each other over politics? That's what really
that's
matters.
I'm scared about. I think we're all in agreement with most of this thing. But I'm going to start with the positive thing. I started watching an anime today. It only has one episode out. It's fucking great, and I'm going to be working out while I watch it because that is the entire point of the show. And I will now link the opening. Oh,
Is it even going?
no,
Wait.
no, I won't.
Did they turn out that manga that's a workout manga into an anime?
Well,
Because
Yes.
I've read it. Yep, that's exactly what they did.
Yep. And it's great. Like at the start of the like every episode so far, the episode is part one where she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym." She signs for the gym. That creepy scene where the girl who's really into muscles sees a bunch of guys working out, and she's just like getting hot and bothered by looking at all these muscles, and you're just like, you know, I like her and all, but she's creepy. Holy fuck. And then of course it shows her doing the bench press, which they explain. This is how you do the bench press. This is what the other is. I'm like, wow, this is actually really informative. This is edutainment done right. And I stopped myself and I was like, I kind of want to go do some bench presses. And I stopped. Then I realized in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this is great. This is a great idea for getting people to work out. And then later in the episode, they talk about squats, show you how to do it properly, explain why you do it that way so you don't get like chicken legs, as they call it. I'm like, okay, fine. That's a smart way to do it. And then at the end of the episode, after the ending credits, they have a little test. And the test was, so what do you remember about today's episode? Today we're going to do a single set of 10 squats, and you're going to do it with us. And one of the characters steps up on screen and goes, all right, down. Remember, keep your legs straight, knees do not bend forward, your hips come down. And that's what they're describing it as. And like you do it with them in sync, which I'm like, that's really smart. Yes, also that, but we're going to talk about that after, because holy shit.
To be positive for this episode.
Yeah, we got a few positive things. I already like the anime as itself, because like legit, I've already got a new phrase. I want to go to the gym and just get to a point where I can turn my body and do side chest. But like, oh man, it's so good. I'm actually really happy that you know about it, Ben.
Yeah, I think I was browsing Reddit or something, and I came across a meme of it, and I was like, "Oh, hey, this looks kind of interesting." And then I looked it up and I started reading it. I read I don't know, half a dozen chapters. It was like, this is interesting. I'm sure ingesting it in video format is going to be much better and much more lewd, of course, because that was definitely a thing.
Oh yeah, no, that was you can tell the author's like, no, this is entertainment, but it's lewd entertainment, and you will like it.
And you'll like it.
I actually kind of want to read the manga and see what it's like, but I already like the one character who in the intro it shows her boxing, and I'm like, that's something that I want. I want to be able to learn how to box, and then I stopped and I'm like, this anime is going to make me want to box even more, isn't it? Damn it.
I mean, real men do MMA fighting, so you should just... Fuck you.
I don't think that character comes in for quite a while.
Yeah.
The trainer is hilarious, by the way.
Oh, he's great. I love him. I love the fact that every time you see him, when he's in uniform, he's this small little, clearly he's built, but he's not, bulging, and he does the side chest thing, and all his clothes explode off him. You're like, where are you hiding that?
Yeah.
And he's just always positive and upbeat, and I'm like, man, that would be a great trainer. Hang on, Jeff, I will get you a scene that actually, straight up.
I don't want to watch more anime, Allan. I don't want to watch more anime.
Oh, have you seen enough?
No, I'm just done.
It's never enough.
Done for a little bit. I'm just tired.
Anime is life, though.
Anime is life. I'm going to an anime convention this summer. So.
Which one?
Anime-a-thon in Edmonton.
The year I don't go, you go. I hate you for that.
You should come.
A friend of mine keeps making me want to go to MomoCon, but I'm like, nah, that's a little far for me.
Here you go, Jeff. This is a scene, and I'm not even mad. It's just fan service of just the male body, and it's just great.
Is this something I'm gonna send to lesbian girlfriend just because I can?
Yes, do it.
I mean, she's probably just gonna go, ew, guys.
I don't know.
She might not, because because it's cute. The entire show is about those 5 cute anime girls, so she might watch it just straight up.
That's true. That part I meant. I thought you meant the guy fan service.
No, you throw that at her too and go, by the way, this is a show that features main characters of girls, and this is what they're seeing when they enter a gym.
Yeah. Yeah. Those muscles are chiseled, I will say that, but that's
not even the most extreme one either. It's just fucking, oh my god.
So you're saying I should watch the show, and then you point out the fan service.
The way the muscles explode. Oh, this is...
Hold on.
Oh, no. Oh,
I got
we're already starting drinking this episode, so it's already going strong, guys.
No. It's just, oh man, I really, really do want to...
I like how the Goblin Slayer eyes going on.
Yeah. Oh no, oh no, that doesn't show the actual proper... I don't think this shows the proper ending. Where they break down the... No, they don't. But, that entire scene, it's blonde-haired girl's oh my god, I have made a mistake. And she's just come on, let's find a way to get out of this situation. And she looks to the person next to her, who's a classmate, by the way. And the classmate is just getting off on all these muscles. It's just hot pan shots of ripped muscles. And she's just oh, this is amazing. And you're oh my god. Oh no. I know who Jeff's favorite character will be, by the way.
Already.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be like when you guys sat there and said Benny would be my favorite character in the Lego movie, and you were right.
Yes.
You guys are fucking... You guys know me too well. I have to change my personality.
No, you don't.
I have to start...
But yeah.
I have to start embracing chaos more. That's what I'm learning from this.
Is this the reason why you really want to get Shanti?
What?
Is this why you want to get, like, look at Shanti?
Yes.
Which is also another thing of fan service, because, oh my god, that opening trailer.
It's beautiful. It's the best. Best
Yeah,
opening
by the way,
I've seen
Ben,
all day.
you need to watch that opening, because it's really good.
For what?
The Shanti trailer in the chat.
Okay, I'll go look at that next.
It is the thing that I sent my Puerto Rican friend, and she probably doesn't have words to describe it.
I actually straight up would watch an anime based on this if it was done by Studio Trigger.
Yep.
Because it looks really clean and really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually really looking forward to when the game is
released. Yeah, that game looks good. But I've never actually played a Shantae game.
It's
yeah, I've only seen the character in passing. I've never actually played a game.
She's got 4? No, she's got 5 games to her name, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a puzzle platformer game series.
Mm-hmm.
Which works for it really well. I've seen people play through it, and I've played it once or twice, and it's one of those games you're just like, yeah, no, I would.
I was gonna say, are you sure that's not an anime? Because that's an anime intro I've ever seen.
That's why Trigger.
It's done by Studio Trigger.
Yeah. It's a good anime.
I would watch an anime if it was done of Shantae, if it was done by Studio Trigger.
Yeah, I would too. I think it's really cool. I am kind of now intrigued in that workout thing, just because I just saw muscles explode. I don't know. Depends on what platform this is on.
It'll be on Switch.
No, I'm talking about the muscle anime.
Oh, the muscle anime? It's on, I think, Crunchyroll? No.
Okay, so 9 anime it is.
Hulu?
Hello, you're still here. You're alive.
Yes. You are alive.
No, I was going to say, is it on Hulu?
No. Oh, God, no. I don't think it's on Hulu. I don't think Hulu could... I think if Hulu got that, that would make Hulu's day. But,
Well, they have One Punch Man now, almost exclusively. So...
Can we talk a little bit about this week in PC hardware?
Sure, go for it.
Because this week in PC hardware is going to be great, and Ben's going to love it. So, NVIDIA released RTX supercards to nobody's surprise whatsoever. It's the most leakiest things ever. And they cut the prices on most of the RTX cards down to the lower price SKUs, which is weird. Because it's almost like NVIDIA is now feeling threatened or something. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. Fantastic. We're all in accordance? Cool. So everyone's, of course, who bought RTX is very upset. Sad, of course. You're allowed to be. And you should be very upset if you bought RTX. Now, AMD just did some 4D chess on the fucking asses of NVIDIA. This week, we also get new Ryzen processors, and they just lowered their prices on Navi.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun fucking weekend for both
this
me.
This is going to, I think... All right, I'm going to look at this from a bit perspective a bit. NVIDIA is going to be fucking, going to have to come up with something fucking out of the park with this move, with their next move. If this is how AMD and you just said the other company's name.
Radeon.
Radeon. Thank you. Or, well, that's AMD.
Yeah, it's AMD. It's only AMD.
Yeah.
Intel's...
But, AMD is just fucking, if they can come at it like that, I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to have to get fixed.
Yeah.
Because,
So like the reason.
oh boy.
Oh yeah. So like the reason why I'm sitting here and I'm excited and stuff like that is that, and I think that Ben's going to be excited too, is that as PC hardware enthusiasts, I think that both of us can be excited because we both understand that this is a necessary evil. That this is finally actually forcing NVIDIA to do something because they don't have 90% of the business anymore and they actually feel threatened. So, from a business perspective, this is actually a good thing because it lowers prices. Which means that people like Ben, people like Josh, people like myself, people like Allan can now afford better performance.
I just spent so much money on my computer, man. Like I just got a new I got like pretty much like literally over the winter I got a new board, I got a new CPU, got a new case, I got tons of fans and shit.
That's good. Graphics.
But it's just like I ended up getting stuff that wasn't obviously as good because
why would you?
I only had like $1,000 budget,
it's okay.
so
it's okay, Ben. It's okay. I won't go PC Master Race on your ass.
I actually get.
And plus, I had to use my old 1060 as well.
I'm also gonna Jeff. I'm insulted that you say I can't afford to live at like high standards because I hate to break it to you. Out of anyone in this chat, if I wanted to buy the top line stuff, I would literally be the only one who could do it.
Allan, if you bought the top of the line stuff, you would lose half of your living expense.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Allan,
are we talking about SLI Titans, or are we talking just
like top line within by far reasonable margins?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I mean by
like,
Allan buying top of the line.
Titan is like the big flex. Like I have disposable income of $10,000 a week.
Let me put it like this: if Allan bought a Titan, I would call him a fucking idiot, and I would do it to his face.
What if he bought two of them and SLI'd them? How would you feel then? You would beat him to death with the Titans.
I would take them out of his computer while the computer is on, and I would beat them to death with them. The police will come up to me and be like, "Why did you shove two graphics cards up in his face so hard that the PCI are actually embedded into his face?" And I would just be like, "He bought two of them," and they would go, "Oh." Now, likewise, it would be like
the Dell NVIDIA Quadros P6000 24 gigabyte 4DP DL DVI-D kit, right?
Yes, I'm talking about RTX Titans, which, let's be honest, if you did that, I would just scream at you for 20 minutes. And I would just go like, why didn't you buy RTX 2080 Ti, you fucking Nimrod? It's the same fucking chip, you fucking idiot. What the fuck?
I'm looking this up right now. So the NVIDIA Titan RTX is $2,500.
Okay. A Titan is about 12. Ti 2080 Ti, which is the same chip, is about
So
1200.
I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you. That wouldn't actually be that big of a flex for me if I really wanted to buy an upgrade like that.
It's bad enough that
I make that in a week, but I don't want to ever make that big of a flex.
No, because everyone would kill you and everyone would hate your ass for like 3 weeks.
Because I'd have at that point the best computer.
No, everyone would hate your ass for other reasons because you wouldn't shut the fuck up. You would be as insufferable as me when I upgrade my computer.
Jeff, are you jealous?
Yes, I am Jargus.
Jealous, not Jargus.
I am very Jargus.
No, I just get a bit of a laugh out of that. Where, like, I actually hope that the new dip in the AMD's cards and stuff like that forces NVIDIA to respond, which it will. Mm-hmm. I just hope NVIDIA actually responds the way it should, which is rebudgeting its fucking self.
What's probably going to happen is you're probably going to see them do the same thing, but everything's going to be okay.
Yep. Everything is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is cool and you're part of the team. All right. Ben. We want to talk. Do we want to talk about politics?
I guess this is the dreaded moment.
Yeah, we gotta launch ourselves into this because Ben's gotta get out of here real quick. So we gotta power through our 3 dark topics for like the next
2 hours.
hour.
Yeah. Hold on, I just need to grab something very quickly, and then I'll.
He's getting alcohol. By the way,
Actually, I have alcohol. I just need the bottle cap opener.
Anyways.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need some kind of
alcohol.
Yeah, something.
So the Democratic national debates happened. Ben, do you want to start?
Ben, you want to start? By the way, I haven't seen it. I didn't get to see the debates because by the time I got home to watch them, YouTube had decided to go fucking nuclear on everyone. So I was like, cool, I'm not going to touch a damn thing.
I honestly avoided it. So, I mean, you'll have to probably fill me in on what craziness went down. All that I know is that there's some woman that everybody apparently loves, but apparently she's super angry at her staff all the time.
Yes. The only competent one.
And I don't know who that is. I'm just like, who is this woman and why is she going for president if she's so ridiculously unstable?
Mm-hmm. If she's incredibly volatile like that, you should be incredibly worried about her as the leader of the greatest country, one of the greatest countries in the world. Mm-hmm. And yes, I did say one of, because I hate to break it to you boys. It's only
we're not the greatest anymore.
You are among the greatest. You are not the greatest.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Only the Roman Empire under the rulership of Marcus Aurelius is the only greatest country. Do not look at the tits. Look upon me. Remember that Rome is eternal. Mm-hmm. But no, from what I heard, the thing that kind of like threw me for a bit of a loop is that Andrew Yang.
There's 2.
Like, he apparently had his mic shut off quite a bit. He was, oh my god, I feel so bad for him because apparently, like, he made a comment and the crowd laughed at him. And I'm like, I like Andrew Yang.
I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna mean because like I'm about as filled in as Ben. I've just watched other people bitch about it, and it's like, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Isn't he like one of the considered fringe candidates?
He is. However, he's also the one who said, yeah, no, universal basic income of $1,000 a month for everyone. And he's prepared to go about how he's going to implement it. But he's like proper center. Mm-hmm. Like, he's like the closest center I've seen of like Democrat party members. And he's still pretty left, but he's actually, like, I would say probably the best candidate they have up there. I know a lot of people like Tulsi Gabbard, I think her name is, as well as, of course, the all-time underdog, Bernie Sanders, who I personally don't think should run because holy fucking shit are you, old man. I'm concerned that you're going to just casually die at one point.
Yeah.
It's like,
don't you mean he's gonna, under suspicious circumstances, find a suicide bullet in his head?
They're gonna find a bullet in his head. He's gonna shoot himself twice.
Once in the heart and once in the head.
Yeah.
Okay. I like Bernie. I suspect he's a nice dude. I don't think he's president material. Period.
I think Bernie's time has
he
passed.
doesn't because he still thinks that Norway is a socialist country. Which it really isn't. And he fails to understand that because he's always like, I see a bunch of people call like, look at all these countries with universal health care. And catch-22 with all these universal health care situations that a lot of people don't really realize is that probably out of everything that a lot of people should be like immediately going socialism works because universal health care. By the way, boys, that isn't a fair argument because universal health care needs to be bound to, like the way we have it up here in Canada. Your hospitals cannot deny you service unless under extreme conditions, such as you are carrying a gun and they can refuse to serve you at that point because that's now a threat to the public. In which case, the police will soon be involved. Thank you for your time. Please wait outside.
If there's one thing I've learned from entering Cooper Hospital, where my mother works, in Camden, which is in the top 10 of cities that you don't want to fuck with. Yeah. You don't fuck with hospital security in America.
Oh yeah, no.
Because holy shit, that place is on the fucking lockdown.
But I'm just gonna say this, and this is me being nice. I honestly think the Democrats deserve to lose.
If they put forward the three candidates that they're most likely to put forward, I don't think they're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna put forward Bernie.
Win regardless.
No. Well, no. If depends upon who they put forward. I think they could win with Bernie, but Bernie's old, and that's my concern, and that's the reason why I don't think they're going to come forward.
Honestly, the only thing that I feel like that Bernie is a little out of, doesn't quite understand how they're going to do some of his policies, and I think that's the problem.
That's the big thing I'm worried about.
Like whatchamacallit? God, because he wants to change like how student loans work and stuff, and like the education stuff, and like change all the education. But it's like, where are you gonna get that money from? And it's like, there's only so much of.
Oh no, he knows where he's gonna get it from. He's gonna take it from all the rich people. Except the rich people are gonna liquidate their assets in the country and leave.
Yeah, just because like you can look at New York like that. Did you know that in New York they've lost like a ton of revenue since they increased their taxes on the rich people? Yeah. They're literally broke. Manhattan is literally broke because they up the taxes on the 1%, and they're just like, okay, we're just gonna go over the New York State, and the New York State was like, we're gonna tax you the same way. It's like, all right, we're just gonna move to Pennsylvania then. See you later.
Yeah, that's kind of how. Well, that's always how rich people always act.
You want to tax the rich, but you don't want to like. And that was something I saw. I actually saw somebody recommend a type of tax bracket thing. And they were like, well, yeah, well, think about all these people who have all this locked away revenue. And it's like, yes, because they've paid for it, because they've worked their butts off for it, and they've earned it. And it's like, well, think about all these rich people. And I'm just like, and they're already being taxed the same way as you. They're paying in more than you because even though they make way more than you. Yeah. Like, still, like, I do agree with the progressive tax brackets. Like, even though I get fucked over by it every year at work. Mm-hmm. But it's a good thing. Like, the way you do the tax brackets is it's a percentage. It's a, like, 0.25% increase, 10% increase every time, like, you hit a new tax bracket, I think it is. But I do think for the most part.
I don't think it's how much we're taxing people, it's how we're using the taxes is the issue.
Yes,
I agree there.
That is the issue. America foreign policy is such a great thing right now. When you say...
Yeah.
And, like, it's a funny thing because it's like you could take that part of that money and put it towards socialist-style programs. And I'm saying that in air quotes because taking care of your citizens should probably be a priority now. And, like, use it to pay for schools, healthcare, other things. You know?
Well, that's the thing. But the problem is, for you to cut, like, a good example, the military budget. Holy fuck, that would cost you so many jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that's the thing is, like, the military is something, like, I would love for the Americans to cut. But you got to realize, up here in Canada, I'm like, you need to increase military spending. Because you need to, like, encourage businesses to come up here to use the arms, the equipment, the material for your military. Yeah. Because believe it or not, like, the manufacturing industry for the manufacturing of weapons, equipment, and war gear in general is a really good industry because it will create a bunch of factory-style work. It will create a bunch of specialist works, and most of it will be private, government-funded projects. So it will be a lot of private industries, which is three things you want. These are three things you want because one is mindless, one is mostly mindless labor. The specialized work means that you get more educated people out of the unemployed area and back into the workforce. And the third one is the government will have a say in what's going on with these companies while allowing them to do what they need to do. I might be wrong. I could be very well wrong. But that's my stance on this issue because I'm actually kind of just getting fed up with the way that the Canadian government treats its military. Like, holy shit, boys.
Holy shit. Yeah. Well, the problem. Go ahead.
I can get that. I think. I don't know. The way we fund it, I think, is flawed. Is what the biggest thing is because you know how the funding works for things in America, I guess. How the government budgets are done, right?
Yeah.
They give you money, and then if you spend it all, they give you the same amount of money. But if you spend less, then they give you less.
Yeah. Oh man.
So it's
and the way the American government fucking works. Oh my god, you guys just rack up debt like nobody's business too because of how your budgets are decided. Because
and then in order for and then it's oh, we want somebody to make something. It's well, then three large corporations throw money at the government until they get what they want.
Yeah,
and they're not even putting out a product. They're just we have the money to make a product, so here's money to give us the right to make the product so that nobody else can. It's really.
Yeah.
The really bad thing though with the American government, as I noticed, is Congress puts forward the budget for the year, and the president either signs it or he looks like a terrible asshole who failed the government.
Yeah.
It legit, what do you do? Congress can put forward and say, yeah, no, we're not going to have enough money for this budget this year. Or we can send forward this budget, which means we have a higher budget cap, which means we can spend more. It solves that problem of not having enough money. And on top of that, that means you look like a good president because you've allocated the budget. And it's been a rampant vicious cycle for I think the past 20 years.
Well, the problem is because it's supposed to bounce back to the House, and the House is supposed to be able to overturn that, but it doesn't happen because normally I think how it is now is the Senate is Democratic but the House is Republican, or it's the other way around. So when one of them is we want it this way and the other one's well, too fucking bad, no, and the president agrees with one side or the other, nothing happens.
Yeah, and that's the problem is the way I would love for the American government to get again, the American government's almost bloated, is stupid bloated too. All these side projects, specialty projects and stuff like that are all attached to the government. But there are some oh my god.
I think the biggest thing that would change everything is no more lobbyists. No lobbyists. Yeah. There just needs to not be lobbyists.
Yeah.
Lobbying just shouldn't be a thing. That's all there needs to be.
Well, yep. Yeah, that's right. No, that's 100% right.
Or that lobbying should be limited. That you can only put forward so much money. So let's say to lobby towards the government, you have to put forward $10,000, no more, no less, and then your lobby will be taken in session over the course of let's say 3 days, with you there for 3 different sessions for an hour each time to present your case towards the government. This way, it gives the ability for multiple lobbies to happen each day, and then allows the government to decide what budgets they should what they should fund, what they shouldn't fund. But if we cut out lobbying out of American politics, which would be a really good thing, man, so many of your senators would quit.
Oh yeah, because it's not lucrative anymore.
It's almost as if the United States government, and I want to get kind of back to the Democrats briefly. almost as if that the Democrats really are listening to the wrong side of the internet, and almost exclusively to Twitter.
That's because okay. You ready for this? It's because everybody in Silicon Valley, you know, Twitter, Facebook, all of them, they have this warped vision of what oppression is.
Oh no, I am 100% aware of that.
They are so 100. They are so focused on this little fucking needle in a haystack that they don't see anything else, and they're willing to compromise values of our nation to shove that in our face, and then censor and then oppress us through that. And it's a fucking shame. And then what happens is that they then take their millions, because they literally corner the entire fucking social networking market. You know, Google, Facebook, all of them. They then lobby all the Democrats, because the Democrats have the same narrow fucking viewpoint, and then they narrow it even more, and then that's who they listen to. And then the only people they let talk is the ones that they to say what they want.
Well, Ben, I'm hoping I can't wait. I hope you're really interested in the future, where it's all just going to be ethos selling bathwater on the internet.
Oh, fucking don't joke about that.
Oh,
please don't.
I honestly couldn't give a shit. If you're a dumb fuck enough to buy that crap, then you're a dumb fuck enough to buy that crap.
Well, no, considering the governments in Europe, Russia, China, Japan, North America, South America, all immediately stepped up to go, fuck you, no, to that entire topic. Like they because that had like so many banks behind it, and they were like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
What?
The that online thing that Facebook was like, that Facebook ebook.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Facebook cryptocurrency. I'm glad that they got that shut down real fast, because I can only imagine just saying that, because I'm not on Facebook anymore. I could imagine having to re-sign to Facebook to use cryptocurrency in my life, and then somebody finds like this podcast, and then they throw it on Facebook, and then I can't use money anymore. Yeah. That would absolutely destroy me.
No, because you want to know the problem with like Facebook having a cryptocurrency?
Because they're so embedded in the government can just be like, hey, Facebook, we don't want you to let these kind of people use their money. And they're like, you know what? You're probably right. And then they just ban people from using fucking money.
No, but like the other problem is that like Facebook right now, as like Silicon Valley as basically an entity and stuff like that, like Amazon, Google, Facebook, they all need to be broken up, and they all need to be heavily regulated.
Oh God, yeah, no. Like Disney needs. I wasn't okay with them. Again, back when they acquired Star Wars, I was okay because I felt they could do good with Star Wars. That was back when I had hope. Mm-hmm. I'm not so hopeful now. I know that their writing staff is a lot better than their movie making staff, but that's beside. However, they've now acquired Fox. Mm-hmm. They have partnership ties with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Because they have another company that even makes me go, okay, that needs to stop. I'm trying to remember, because it was one of the more recent ones. It wasn't Fox. It was after Fox.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Either way,
but like Disney needs to be broken up hard. Like that needs to be hit with trust fund?
An antitrust lawsuit.
No, it's not monopoly. It's because they're not a monopoly.
They're becoming a monopoly.
They're on their way to becoming it.
I can't wait for the Bill Gates joke repeated by Ms. Zelda Williams. Mr. Gates, when were you convinced that you were trying to get a monopoly? Monopoly's just a game, sir. I'm trying to rule the fucking world.
Honestly, if anyone was going to rule the world, I'd actually trust him. Because he is a fucking nice man. Have you heard what he's doing though?
I mean, no. and I do not trust him to rule the world.
Allan, you want to know how
I
he
trust
made...
him more. I trust him way more than Disney.
I trust him more than I trust Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and anyone else because of all the fucking shit he does with against malaria. But let me be honest with you. Do you want to know the reason why Linux is not one of the top 2 OSs in the world?
Because he's fucking hamstringed it.
Yep. He basically made it so that every single time you made a laptop, you had to pay him money.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you. That's just called him being fucking good at his job. And I hate to break it to you. He doesn't have a monopoly because people still go out and get Linux.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he has a monopoly in the product department, but he does not have a monopoly in user base because we have Apple eating with him with their OS system. We have Windows, of course, and then we have Linux. I think we have a fourth one that's coming out of China recently, but that's like, don't touch that because of China.
Apple is shit.
Apple's shit. And I hate to break it to you. While Linux is a really good program, and I will admit, I like Linux, I prefer Windows because I hate how many fucking loops I have to go through. Fuck. Like, fuck, man. Like, back when I tried to get Linux back when I was in high school, because I wanted to try Linux. I finally got my hands on it, right in my last year of high school. I got my hands on it, and I tried it for about 6 months. A hard 6 months. And I went back to Windows because I couldn't play video games. I couldn't specific styles of writing because Word doesn't work on that. Like, and again, I do agree that Microsoft has a monopoly in computer. I will admit that, and I think. But the thing is Microsoft has a bunch of smaller competition. And when those smaller companies win those companies, they're always punching up and they're always hitting him in the dick. Yeah. But the reason why I would say I'd rather have Bill Gates rule the world rather than Microsoft, there's a reason why I separate the two. Bill Gates has been going around trying to convince every millionaire, every billionaire, just liquidate their assets before they die, so that like the money goes back out into the public rather than cycle back into the family. Yeah.
Hey, I do. That's good. And I was thinking when you said the Microsoft, I was like, at least you're not campaigning for EA after their mobile game releases.
Oh boy.
Can we talk about Belo Delphine? Please.
No.
We don't want to talk about bathwater.
I'll talk about that.
You don't want to talk about the $100 microtransaction in a mobile game?
I mean, actually, I've seen $100 transactions. Mobile game before. That's actually
okay. Ben, go ahead.
For a single player?
Yeah.
Yep,
no,
go ahead.
for a single player.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's fucking ridiculous. I don't know, but did you watch Hill versus Babyface's video about it, where he actually like tried them to see how long they could not put him in the shop, and then they literally like Madden has a 1.5-minute tutorial, and they put him in the shop literally before he even launches the tutorial. NBA also has a 1.5-minute tutorial, and then immediately sends you in the shop afterwards. FIFA at least teaches you to play the game before they throw you in the shop.
It's just like the game industry needs cash or something. Weird.
I don't want it to completely crash. I would like the larger people to fail more, so that way, like, the actual good developers can rise up and take their place, and we can get good games.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Not this recycled trash every year.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man, I would love. You guys actually, there's actually a few things that happened this week that I want to talk about, but one of them is just a movie that got canceled from a series that I really like, and it got canceled because it's a new IP, and that's the reason why it got canceled. It didn't get canceled because it looked good. It didn't get canceled because there was hype on it. It got canceled because it was a new IP.
Belo Delphine bathwater was very sold out.
Yeah.
People drank it.
And somebody's already gotten sick from it.
Yeah.
The fact that somebody drank it even more blows my mind. Like, she's backwashing it and, like, letting it drain off of her ass into the cups. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Thing that made me... This is something that when one night lesbian girlfriend sat there and said, why do men treat women like objects? And I honestly didn't know how to respond to that. Now I have a response. Why do women treat themselves like objects?
Because
they make $6,000 in a night by taking a bath.
Like, what the fuck?
By the way, she's done it, multiple times now?
Yeah.
She said that she's doing another set because they sold out so fast. Yeah. Then she said, please wait, your order is going to get filled.
Yeah.
It's
literally.
Like, oh my
I would
God.
buy you know what? I'm going to say this now. I would buy it just to give it to a doctor and then have the doctor test it. And then tell us what's wrong. I would...
To confirm that she has herpes or not?
Yes.
That is a waste of money. Do not do that, Jeff.
It is a waste of money. I will do it. I am not willing to spend that money for science.
Fuck, I heard about that, and I stopped, and I stared at the screen. And, like, because when I first learned about this, it was through Count Dangle. That's how I first learned about it. And Count Dangle's like, well, I love capitalism, but I think it's time to stop, guys, was his comment. But and then the bath where the guy drank it came out, and the response is like, oh boy. And so he also made the joke of like, I should just get a cup and just ejaculate into it, considering how my fucking Instagram feed goes like every other night. So he was just like, he's like, I should just do that. I'd be a fucking killing. And I was like, that I don't know if that would work, buddy.
Let me be honest with you. If Fellow Delphine eventually is going to make an energy drink, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Gamer Girl Bathwater. And it's just going to be like, she's doing smart business things, but like, let's be honest, like out of all of the, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's fucking bullshit that, like, this is the reason why we need regulation. This is the reason why we should go back to the fucking Soviet fucking Union, where people are allowed to do, where it's authoritarian as shit, man. Like, this is bad.
Cease.
Like, we should go just to Starship Trooper levels, man. We're like, just put these guys in the gulag. Fuck the weebs. Fuck these thirsty fucking fuckers. Just put them in the fucking gulag.
Get thirsty? Here, have a fucking beer, you faggot. I've been drinking tonight.
Oh my god, it's just, oh no, that reminds me of the fucking oh god, what is the video of the Canadian rednecks?
Letter Kennedy Straight.
Yes, that guy. Oh my god.
The only reason we have to live, living is eternal pain. Today,
living is suffering.
Yeah,
as it is quoted by Jordan.
Yeah, today I am drinking Hammerhead Red Ale and going fuck it all.
I'm not drinking anything.
Well, Allan, you're stupid.
No, I'm just very capable of controlling myself. Can I talk about something really stupid real quick?
Yep, go right ahead.
Drink even more?
Sure.
So, extra credits to the thing.
Oh no, I literally just watched the video on this. Don't, no, it hurts. I can't take it. No.
Don't worry, Ben, we'll end on the high note and we'll talk about Autochess.
I don't have any beer and I can't take this topic anymore. Don't do this to me, man.
There you are, sitting on the couch, playing a game, and then bam, it happens. You didn't ask for it, you didn't want it, but you became a Nazi. What the fuck is that logic? Holy shit. I'm sitting there like, because I watched the review, like, I didn't watch the video. The moment I saw the video come out, because, like, I used to be subscribed to Extra Credit, and then somebody on Twitter posted an image of the video's title card, and the ratio it got. I was just like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's at negative 81,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a comment after which pissed me the fuck off. And it's like, yes, downvotes and people leaving are still interaction. And it's just like, we don't want hateful bigots here. And I'm like, you will literally lose like half your subscriber force just by this video alone.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, and what makes it even funnier is like the entire thing is entirely draconian measures about a situation that they came up with. And I hate to break it to you, but one of their solutions was, hey, well, why don't you let the players pick their sides before they go into a thing? Which means people who play the Nazis are going to have shorter times because they're apparently Nazis. And I'm like, except that wouldn't work. People actually like playing as the Nazis and the Germans in World War II. I hate to break it to you. They are badass motherfuckers.
Good.
They're
They're good
badass
units.
motherfuckers
Like,
in the war. What they did was horrible, and people straight up acknowledge that's the point of Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. They don't go to the concentration camps except for Call of Duty 5. Besides that scene, which is I think was really good for the most part. Like they started touching it, which is a good thing to do. But the argument of that you're playing a Nazi makes you a Nazi, or being okay with playing a Nazi is inherently a problem, is dumb. Because I hate to break it to you, the Red Army was far worse when it came to them occupying Germany. Because as the quote became, their ex, what's the leader of Germany? The
Fuhrer?
no,
Chancellor.
like the actual, the chancellor, the previous previous chancellor's wife. Just so you know, was gang raped by Soviet soldiers when she was 11 years old, and then thrown out of a 6-story building.
Damn.
Yep.
All because she was in Berlin. Yeah. Oh boy. Jeez. Oh man. Like there are so many horror stories about Russian soldiers. The Russians were just as cruel as the Nazis, in many ways, because what they did in Romania was even worse. But the Romanian army turned around and yeah, no, we're done. We're out of war. We don't want to fight. The Soviets okay, well, do you want to help us win this war? And they're like, sure. And they pointed them at the enemy and said, okay, charge them. And they're like, but what about our weapons? You don't need weapons. Charge them. And they basically mass suicide a full portion of an army. I don't remember if it's the Romanians, Hungarians, the Bulgarians. I don't remember which country. But if you hear some of the stories about what they did, holy.
All I know is that it's to the point where it's like something's going to break. And I don't know when it's going to break, but you can see the cracks forming. And it's just because eventually you see the cracks forming, and you see the people actually kind of thinking, and then you see the people who actually are just indoctrinated, and they're just unable to, and how do I say this in a way that makes sense? Unable to process those feelings.
They're not mature enough to.
Well, they don't want to be.
There was a video I watched from a psychiatrist or something that tried to I think they were trying to explain why arguing with stupid people is so hard. And I don't remember why, but there is an actual reason why trying to convince stupid people using logic and facts doesn't work.
It's to the point now where it's and I don't want to sit there and be mean when I say this, but it's to the point where it's just not worth my time. And part of the solution, I feel, is that it's just sitting there and just going, okay, we'll take a step back and we'll think about what you're going to do and then do it. And then watching them fail and then saying, what did you learn from this? And I don't think that, but you can see the cracks actually forming where eventually people are just going to have enough and they're just going to go off. So.
I mean, we're starting to see that with even like people that are on the left with Antifa, how Antifa is just trying to destroy them.
It's
Like they're trying to eat themselves, and they're still like. And then we have people like the Portland mayor that just like willingly let Antifa do what they want because he thinks they're on the left, and that's what the left
that's
does.
not the left. The left,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, no,
sorry, is the left. I'm sorry, is me and Ben.
I know that, but that's what they think. And again, it's a stupid people problem.
It's a stupid problem. And the thing,
I actually think my favorite example of this is the detention centers in the south side of states.
oh,
Yeah, oh boy, we're in touch the hornet's nest.
yeah. Do you want to beat it with a stick or do you want to shoot it with a shotgun? Your choice.
Either way, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you are.
By the way, I don't condone the conditions people are being stored in. I do believe that needs to be sorted out and fixed. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree there, but these people are also still illegal immigrants. They need to be processed and shunted out, and that's the problem. Because somebody actually did a video and where like they're talking with the staff there, and they're just like, "No, that's just how many people we're catching. We can't keep up." And like, what do you want these people to do? Like, it's so dumb because the people want to like, yeah, everybody deserves to end in this country. It's like, well, okay, then you can't have universal health care, and you can't have minimum wage, and then you can't have like all these social benefits because these people are going to leech off the system. If everybody's a U.S. citizen when they enter the country, then you can't have universal voting. But they want all that too, and that's the problem. Is like these detention centers. I hate the fact that people are now calling them concentration camps. I'm fucking appalled that people.
Yeah,
they're detention centers for illegal immigrants. Processed, data needs to be formed about them, and then they're shipped home.
Yeah.
That is what they are.
Yeah.
And yes, they're being left in like the situation for them is in horrendous condition. And I agree that that is technically a human right violation. I agree. Whole boy is that.
I am going to say one thing, and Allan might disagree with me.
Yeah. Go for it.
I think that the situation that the United States is in with illegal immigration is just terrible. And I don't have a solution for it.
No one does.
And I don't think that I think that the people who want to provide a solution don't understand that your solution isn't the best solution.
A lot of them don't understand what the cause of the problem is. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people who have these solutions, they present them, though, they think that they're fantastic solutions because they're quick, easy, and they snap, they're done.
Yeah.
But the problem is that no solution to something this complicated and this difficult. It's quick and simple because that just exasperates the problem. It's you are going to be fighting a demonstrably bad battle the whole time.
My thing is that the people who are sitting there and actually really upset about this, they want open borders. And hey, Ben, what's your opinion on open borders?
Fuck
you want to know
that.
my opinion on open borders? Bullshit.
What's your opinion on open borders?
I don't want. The last thing I want, and this is not offensive, I'm not trying to be mean to you, I don't want people coming over here and then pretending that they're Canadian, which actually does happen.
Yep.
And mooching off of my healthcare. I'm sorry, I pay taxes. I don't want to pay taxes, but I have to pay taxes.
Fuck Americans.
Nah. If I didn't have to pay
taxes.
I understand why taxes need to exist, but at the same time, it's like, man, I wish there wasn't $100 off my paycheck.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
then you're never allowed to vote again.
I'm voting. Fuck you.
No. If you're not going to pay taxes, then you don't deserve to vote.
I pay taxes, Allan.
Good.
I just don't like paying taxes.
You want the responsibility. You want the right to vote. Have the responsibility of.
Yeah, it's something that I complain about.
That. Oh yeah, no. Again, it's not that I get where you're coming from. Yeah. As much as I hate taxes too, they are necessary evil stuff like that. Because you need to have the government needs to have money to pay the military, pay the school boards, pay for infrastructure, because nobody wants infrastructure to be made privatized, because that would be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to have unregulated businesses. They don't want to have unregulated citizens. Like, you gotta have the police force needs to be
paid for.
Paid for. You need to have medical services paid for. You need to have the fire department paid for. You need to have government-funded media, because, believe it or not, government-funded media will probably be less biased than not
BBC.
Again, that's a bad example. I will straight up agree with that. That is a really bad example, because but like that's the thing. It's like you've got to the government is necessary for a lot of. Unfortunately, you must pay taxes. You want these nice things.
Now, I am going to say, I do have one other topic I want to talk about very quickly. And then we'll end the show. Autochess.
Oh, is this about all the Autochess?
How did you know?
All the Autochess games that have been coming out?
Yes, and everything's great.
I mean, I'm playing it right now.
It is the greatest mode ever, because you can literally just do exactly what you want. You can literally just play.
Oh no, it's nice and chill.
Yeah.
Although some people get pretty heated about it, and I understand it, but I mean, it's just the game mode, man. Why have to be mad?
There is one thing I will say I don't like about it, and they're fixing it, and I'm happy about it, and I think more people should play it.
I don't like Autochess. I won't lie. I don't like chess. For me, has always been a game of steady
skill,
wit, and strategy. Yep. And that's how I was raised, because whenever I played chess, I played against my mom. I've never beat my mom. Played against my dad. I've never beat my dad. I played against my boss the other weekend. And yes, my boss apparently plays chess, which surprised the fuck out of me. And I beat him. And that's the reason why. For me, it's just like auto chess. Then why are you playing chess?
I was taught chess by my uncle, and I couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
But my mind doesn't work very well for long-term strategy. I do not process information that way.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I'm built. So what it comes down to it is that I don't know. I just can't think that way. So it's not exactly something I can do very well.
Yeah, no, which is fair. It's not. Again, chess isn't for everyone. It's the same reason why war games isn't for everyone. It's the same reason why RTS isn't for everyone. Again, it's different mindsets. It's the reason why when I found out about tabletop war games, like Kriegspiel, that's a tabletop war game that I actually have studied a bit into. That's a really fun game. I play Warhammer 40K on the table. Star Wars Armada. I did play Warhammer Fantasy at one point. I play a little bit of War Machine every so often.
Which I need to get back into.
And all these games are strategy games. Sure, they're very short, brief battles, with the exception of Kriegspiel. Kriegspiel is actually you take, I think, 4 hours to do a game with a ref, 3 tables, and by the way, yeah, there's 3 tables for this war game. And practice with a number of set things you put on the table. Like all they are is just battle formations of what's on and you play that way, that is the most complicated version of tabletop war games. And I will straight up say that Kriegspiel should be something that a lot of people would actually do and just give a quick glance at because it's still pretty fun, except it's really, really, really unforgiving. So it punishes you for learning things and playing this game. It's really tough, but at the same time, like I don't play games like I hate phone games. I actually really do, even though I think like 3 on my phone. I have Azura Lane.
I've been cycling through them as well.
Yes, Scudoria, and that's it. I have no other games on my phone. I have Netflix on my phone. I have Citadel Paint. I have Hobby Converter, Color Converter, and I have Battle Scribe. I don't have games on my phone because I don't see the point of having them. And that's the thing. Like, I also don't play as much console games anymore because I'm going to play games. I'm going to play on my desktop, laptop, too. And that's just how everyone is. They have different preferences. They have different things. It's the reason why people play first-person shooters over third-person shooters, or they play grand strategy games like Hearts of Iron or Stellaris over real-time strategy games like StarCraft 2, Age of Empires. That's the reason why. I love that people have their own like little preferences to how they.
I would buy more things on PC if it wasn't for how the fucking Epic Game Store is fucking me in the ass with everything I want to buy. Because I want to buy Borderlands 3 on PC, but you know what? I ain't waiting. I'm buying it on PS4 so I can play it with my friends, because fuck you.
And you know what you need to do?
That's the only reason I have a PS4 is because I play Rainbow Six with my friends on there. And I occasionally play like Persona and other things that are on PS4 that are good.
What you need to do, Ben? I'm just saying this. You need to wait. And buy.
No.
Yeah.
Is that a podcast? Are we done?
I think that's a podcast.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, to listening to the Black Mind Podcast. Hope every American out there had a good 4th of July. You can listen to us every Thursday on the blackmindgames.podbean.com. And hope every Canadian also out there had a good Canada Day. Yeah. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for joining me. Bye.
And I am.
Lose 2020.
We
do anything.
We can talk.
They're gonna lose out their own ineptitude. Although we should. I'm gonna.
We're gonna talk about this when we start the podcast.
No.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Whatever.
Okay. Can I briefly complain about today? Because today I need to fuck it all.
No. I mean, if you need to get your complaint out now, you might as well.
Okay. So today the Mustang started pissing on the passenger side floor.
What?
So there's a thing with these cars where they have a drainage port where the cabin air filter goes. And so it started pissing because the hole that allows water to leave the car was plugged. So the car started pissing on my floor.
Oh, so exactly what happened to my Mazda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totaled my. Well, it didn't total my Mazda. It was basically like the cost to replace the interior was more than the car was worth, so I junkyarded it and bought a new car.
This is an 05 Mustang, and it's better. And Mustangs are great, so fuck you. But it's weird. It's almost as if that Mazda is owned by Ford, and Ford at 2005 really didn't give two shits about the quality of the car. So now they have a hole that literally ganked up.
I didn't care. I mean, the Mazda was a great car. It kept me going, and I didn't die in it. So there's that. Like, I appreciate that at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just a car. I mean, I like my Charger more now though.
Charger?
Yeah, the Dodge Charger.
Yeah, I have a
The
I have a 2010 Dodge Charger.
poor man's Challenger.
Fuck you.
It is.
No,
I
Alan, fuck
willingly-
you. Don't say that about the Charger.
The Challenger's
Those
better.
are war words.
Well, okay, the Challenger may be better, maybe a better car, but like I wanted a four-door car.
That's the thing is. But that's the thing is. That's the reason why I refer to it. It's the poor man's Challenger.
No,
Because
that's
it's
an
the-
Avenger.
No. An Avenger is entirely different. The Avenger is something that we don't even talk about.
Avengers
I have
was a
seen
pile of shit.
so much. Yeah, that's the thing is. But that's beside the point. It's like for me, the Charger, and that's the thing is. Initially, I wanted a Charger, and then I sat at a Challenger, and I was like, well, I'm never getting a Charger.
Yeah, you just
Mostly,
went,
it's that's the thing is. I like the Charger as a four-door car, but it is, in my opinion, the poor man's Challenger because it's still really good. It's cheaper than the Challenger, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it
By
is.
a long shot.
it's not their Halo car.
Not by much. It depends on what like extras you get.
Oh no, this week
Sorry
I got.
if I sound like I'm stuffing my face. I'm eating a fucking cake.
Because you probably are stuffing
Yeah,
your
it sounds like
face.
you're
and
stuffing your face.
That's fine.
Oh, it's weird, huh, Ben? He's stuffing his face.
Man, this
Oh no! Whatever shall we do?
Whatever
big old
shall we
dick.
do?
Oh.
Oh jeez.
Anyways, we want to sync and start recording?
Yeah, let's sync
Sure.
in 3, 2, 1.